Okay, well, so you sit there and ask him about like it is his. He shakes his head, points blacksmith next door. I just
Ah,
sell things.
you just sell his wares. I understand. Perfect. You know what? Let's go with the broadsword, and I'll turn to I'll turn to Grigori. So then you're paying for this, yes? I mean,
You do
you're the
not
one
want
that
to have better survival yourself?
well, you're the one that wanted me to buy it. I mean,
Nobody is forcing you, friend.
well, you can at least go halvesies.
You have better weapon or you do not have better weapon.
As he hears you arguing, he walks away slightly, grabs something. Buy now, special deal from Scabbard, and it's this really ornate looking scabbard.
Ooh, well, that's pretty. All right.
He knows how to pull in a troubadour.
I'll take a look at the. I'm gonna tap on like one of the little tiny rhinestones or tiny gems that are on there just to make sure it's not paste.
Nope, they're set in there pretty well. They're good little gems.
Nice little
Yep.
shiny agates.
Yep.
Okay.
They're not really.
All right.
You can tell they're not worth a lot, but it's a really nice design.
Yes. All right, my friend. So you've got me convinced. Well done. Good salesmanship. So what do you say for? You said special deal. So I'm thinking perhaps 20 silver.
He sits there and looks and goes, "Sure."
Wow. Excellent. Well, Rocky, you honor me with this.
He mutters under his breath, "Never haggle with troubadour."
Yes. Wise words to live by, and never make jokes about getting stoned with an obsidian. So there we go. We have 2 life lessons about our cultures.
He just gives you a bewildered look.
We could talk about it later. It's trail weed. We'll talk about it.
He'll suddenly get the joke in about 15 hours from now.
After he contemplates it all.
He'll be having breakfast tomorrow morning and just laugh for no reason.
At this point, the armored adventurer, Andy, is still talking off Kazuya's ear. Actually talking about, like, I'm guessing you're one of the ones that actually destroyed that, Jator. What the hell was it last time?
Jehuthra.
Jehuthra.
Something like that.
Jehuthra.
Jehuthra, yes. I'm guessing you're one of the ones that defeated the Jehuthra, huh?
Mm-hmm. We squashed it and then set it on fire after collecting.
Yes, that was marvelous. I was surprised you were able to fell the tree while fighting it.
Yes, it was a bit of an improvisation.
Whatever happened to that axe that you guys used to drop it? Did you keep it or did you drop it there?
I believe I left it buried in the corpse.
So it's basically a metal axe head with a charred to ash handle by now, I guess.
Yeah. It's in there. Too bad you didn't. Too bad you didn't keep that. It could have been something of item of fame for you. Your first massive, feat as an adventurer.
First step to building legend, yes?
Well, you
Exactly.
say feat, but I kept another little trophy for that.
Yeah, I saw a part chopped off. That should be interesting. Where is that?
That was kind of gross.
Where is it? Well, in 2 days it'll be on my armor.
Like my cape, and you realize his cape is actually a wing of some what looks to be like a wing from a bat-like creature.
Indeed. No matter how angry the thing makes you after it tries to kill you, you can't waste all of it.
Yep. This thing tasted horrible though, so I just had to use the wing or something.
I don't really think I could ever get used to eating spider.
Eventually you learn to just ignore it.
It's probably better not to eat horror construct anyway. Just not to agree with stomach. Or with soul.
Well, if normal food doesn't agree with that one's stomach, maybe the spider will work better.
Oh.
Just point at the elf who's still talking with who's done with the obsidian.
Yes. I'm asking him about his past fights he's been in with trolls named Apollo and things like that, and Russian orcs who said, "I must break you."
Well, hey, you are a troubadour. Maybe you can help compose his theme song.
I can, yeah. Yes, although I will not that there's anything wrong with that. I will not go for a homoerotic run and jump into the water as part of a training montage.
He does
I'm
enlighten
just
you with a
imagining, like,
tale of fighting bare knuckles with somebody named Creed. Yes.
I'm just trying to imagine what a version of the Rockies theme would sound like played on a lute. Plink, 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 plink.
Probably remarkably less epic, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Bet you I can find it somewhere online. Anyways, so yeah. He after all that, the adventurer sits there and says, Well, I have to be going. I hope you will consider my offer to join." And he pats you a little harder on the shoulder, Kazuya, than you expect. And it kind of just, throws you off a little bit.
Just kind of stare at him and just go, "Yeah, that sounds fine."
And you too. Don't let him die.
We will do our best.
I point to the sword. He just bought it. It's like, first step complete. Now maybe we can get him some proper armor next.
Yeah, that's always useful.
Rocky, you sell armor here.
Yes. And he points.
I nudge Waylon back towards the upset man again.
You do sell armor? Yes?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Perhaps maybe we'll stop by. What do you think, Grigori? Perhaps tomorrow we should go and find the guild. And I have found us a place where we may be able to find some lodging. I would hate for us to not be able to get a room tonight.
Yeah, it's a good point.
All right. He tells you his hours. When sun
Excellent.
come up, open. When sun go down, close.
All right, keep something with a
Makes it
flashy
easy.
cape for the elf.
There's a sign on the outside that says hours of operation. Sun, yes, no.
Hours of operation. We open. Yes. We close.
So hours
then
of
no.
operation, and there's just a drawing of a sun.
But
If you can read sign, we are open.
as you walk out, you see Randy walking down. You see like all the blacksmiths yelling. Ah! He's the friendliest, biggest bastard you've ever met.
Who is this again?
The armored adventurer that told Kazuya about the
yeah.
guild.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like he's popular.
What kind of armor is he in?
I'm gonna go with crystal plate.
Holy crap, this guy
Yeah.
has earned his ducats.
Yep.
Wow. That is
Yeah. It's
the
rare.
best physical armor in the game. That is expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from the looks of it, he keeps it well maintained.
Well, he's been out and about for some time. Very interesting.
Exactly.
He must have many good advice to give. It's
Indeed.
worth listening to this man.
Yes, it's a good relationship. You should cultivate that, Kaja.
The Obsidian man is
He'd
just standing.
like you already.
Standing behind you. Best advice he give: don't get stabbed.
That is an important first step, yes.
That is good advice. It's hard to argue with that, Rocky. I mean, what are you going to say? Get
No.
stabbed? Of course not. That's ridiculous.
Maybe stab one or two times, but not too many.
That's right. Just not stab too deeply.
That's the rock. Whoever tries to stab a rock.
Many people,
All depends on how much you drink.
mostly
Yeah,
dwarves.
You are
and
keep
pigs.
your knife at your side, not in your side.
Indeed.
And I'm not that stupid.
I pat the knife on my belt when I say that.
All right. Well, so what do you guys do now? Food places. You can find the inn if you want to. You can explore
Yes,
the town.
let's secure our lodgings. Actually, let us go to Adventurers Guild first. Perhaps they have their own lodgings there. Maybe not.
Okay.
If they do not, then we come back to this tavern.
All right. So it takes you a little bit. You get lost once or twice because just new town.
It's Newtown, yeah.
Then
It's
you
guaranteed to happen.
eventually find it. It's not a tall building. In fact, it's a little shorter than the rest. But it does have various banners hanging out the front. One of general hand with some mystic stuff happening around it. Instruments. A shield with a sword through it.
I look for the one with the skull on it.
Oh, that one's there too. It's just kind of off to the side. They're not really that.
These are various buildings with these signs on them.
This is one building with all these signs on it.
Oh,
Just marking like what they have there, who it is. It doesn't say Adventurers Guild on it. It just has these banners. So.
Well, I had gone.
Okay.
Somebody go.
What kind of people we have hanging around outside?
In front of this building in particular, no one really. It's one of those bits of like you don't see anybody hanging outside. There just seems vacant. Now the buildings next to it, one's a shop where you see people coming in and out. The other one is a general like diner, like small bakery and such. So, but they don't seem to want to be hanging near this one itself.
Not near that one. So we don't. And you said we don't see too many people going in and out.
Nope.
I'm gonna ask somebody. You there, good sir?
Yes.
Hey, if it's an orc, I'm gonna speak to him in Orcish.
No, it's a dwarf.
Okay. Oh, I'll speak to him in Dwarvish then. You down there, good
That's
sir?
the default assumption usually, yeah.
Yeah. This building. What is it exactly?
It's the
Do you know?
Adventurers Guild, from what we can tell. It's just most people in this town, we don't really want to go adventuring. Every time, one of them does something, we kind of fear they may bring it back. We mostly...
You're just a hardworking dwarf trying to make a living, then I take it.
Exactly. I have 3 kids to feed, so...
I see. Excellent. Well, I appreciate that. Is there... So you don't make an effort to go in this place at all, then?
Nope.
What do you do for a living, then, good sir?
I'm a baker.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent. Is your shop nearby?
I work at this one right over here. He points to the one right next to it. It's mostly small pieces. Old family recipe. A lot of people say it tastes like rocks, but other dwarves like it. The cinnamon, though, they're my favorite customers.
Well, if it tastes like rocks, I could imagine how that might happen. But they kind of like those kinds of things. We just met a lovely cinnamon earlier today, as a matter of fact. But that's beside the point. Anyway, thank you. I don't want to keep you from, baking, I guess. So please, by all means, go. Thank you.
Good day. He just waddles away.
All right, so this is definitely the place, gentlemen.
Yes.
Well, no reason to stay out here.
Maybe they'll be extra welcoming then if they are so unpopular otherwise. We will be happy to see us.
Okay.
Perhaps this is why our friend Devin was so desperate to have us come here.
So,
And our adventurer friend
there's
as well.
a large wooden door you can see plainly there. Guessing you guys go up to it, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. How do you want to do the knocks?
Grigori just walks up and goes, boom, 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 boom.
Now are you going to wait and then knock again like that?
No, that's it.
Are you sure?
You see the door creak open.
You made the right guess. Excellent.
I figured it out.
See an orc standing there? A lot of people do the knock, wait, knock. God, I hate that.
These people are strange.
I will speak to him in Orcish and I will say, absolutely. I don't know why anyone would ever think of such an idea. Ridiculous. I know. I'll point to Kaja and in Orcish and I'll say he wanted to do that, but we talked him out of it.
I don't need to understand this to give him I have swift kick. I want to kick him.
Whoa, wait. You'll really understand it when you hear the bellowing laugh from the orc. So, yes, you can do the swift kick. What is your...
It's a 2.
No, I was asking Chris, what is your defense?
Oh, my physical defense is... It is
Patrick is so offended at you, he is literally taking a point of damage just to piss you off.
It's an 8, you said?
It is an 8, yes.
Okay.
I just have the 2 skill rank.
Okay, so
I think it has a strain of 1 or 2, right?
1.
Yeah. You're taking damage to get back at this guy. I love it.
Just trying to boot him. I don't need to speak the language to know he's being an ass.
Well, roll your attack then.
Sometimes you just need to hear the tone, right?
Yep.
Attack's melee weapon. Or no, this would be.
This would be.
It's its own
The
roll.
talent test. Yeah, you roll the.
You roll Swift Kick itself. Yeah.
Okay, then I did. I got 3.
So Dex plus whatever it is. 3. Oh, that's awful.
You attempt to quickly do that. In the process, you kind of hurt your hip.
Wait, is it Dex plus that?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Hang on. Then it's
Could
9.
be. I'll double check it for you, but we'll keep going.
That'll be much better. Oh,
I'll double check it
so
while you guys are
close.
talking for future reference.
What is Waylon wearing? Does he wear like a cape or a flowy anything or no?
He probably has. I mean, he's got his, his padded leather, and he has, like a cloak, with the hood just in case he needs to, pop that over. So, but yeah, absolutely. And now he's, now the sword's kind of pushing parts of his cloak out. But
All right. As Kazuya attempts to sidekick Waylon just for what he assumes is an insult, he misses aiming for the cloak in the cloak area and just misses the leg and ends up kicking the sword a bit, hurting his foot.
I'll turn towards Kazuo and say, what? I was merely telling him that this is one of the greatest Scrying warriors that you will ever meet, my friend. And his laugh, I'm assuming, must be a hearty laugh of he can't wait to see your skills. I don't know why you would try and kick me like that.
After a week, I can already tell when the bullshit's coming out of you. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, no, that's just from eating all that food back when we left the care. That should end within another day or so. It takes a while to work its way through. Elves have like 4 stomachs, so it takes a while to work its way through.
Well, by the way, Dakota, we were right. It is a dexterity thing. It's just checking to see if you hit. By the way, as a Scrying, you can actually use your tail for this if you want.
Ah, cool.
You can do it as a kick or as a tail swipe.
I'll go with the kick. That's fine.
And then if you use that in combat, it'll be your base unarmed strength by itself as your damage.
Okay.
Unless you get something attached to your tail as an extra tail weapon or something.
He wouldn't want to dirty his tail anyway, so.
All right.
He's swinging at me.
Not in this case, yeah.
Well, before we get into everything, we were going to take a quick break. And we're back from our break. In that time, I actually found whoa, that's just bright, fantasy name generator app.
Excellent.
So I cannot be caught off guard by a troubadour anymore.
So now we're not going to meet NPCs named after colors anymore?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I still want to hear if anybody who's listening to this and has good musical talents of their own, please send us your rendition of the Rocky theme as played on the lute.
Yes.
If anyone has any artistic
or perhaps a mandolin.
or musical things they want to submit, I'm willing for. Character submissions, go ahead. You want to change the RPG squad symbol I have? I'm cool with that too. Because
you know what? I'd even go so far as to say possibly even a sitar.
Ooh, there we go.
Rocky on a sitar. Actually, I was chuckling earlier when that came up the first time because there's actually I don't know if you guys play MMOs much at all, but Lord of the Rings Online has a system in it for manually playing musical instruments on your characters. Yes. And by manually, I mean there are different buttons you can press for different notes. So people can freestyle their own stuff. And people have actually put out YouTube videos of, like, this is my dwarf playing
Wonderwall,
the Portal theme song on a lute in the game, or like the Zelda theme or something.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall. So
very good.
All right, so you're entering the guild house. Now, when you walk through the initial hallway, you kind of entering a large cafeteria feel. Let's see, do a quick, I guess perception would work for this. All 3 of you.
Perception.
Yep. Need to beat an 8.
Perception.
Nope. I did not beat an 8, but I didn't fail by very much.
Close.
Okay.
So it's no entertaining fumbles from me.
You guys feel a little off on some stuff, but you can't really tell. But it looks a little bit larger than it probably should in here.
A roll from the Swordmaster?
Oh, you did.
I don't see it.
7.
Oh, never mind. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm
5,
blind.
7, 7. Yeah, we know you're blind. I mean, that's nothing new.
I have worn these longer than you have lived, sir.
I know. Anyways, as you get there, you see, like, it's kind of sparsely populated. It's not as full as it's intended to be, but you see, like, various people, you know, you see troubadours kind of hanging out. You see some swordsmen, and they're comparing weapons. You see mages all scattered around, heads in books, not really paying attention to each other because, well, I'm basing them on massive nerds that don't interact. I say as we run this.
Hey, I'm a massive nerd who does like to interact. Thank you.
Yes, I know. But so what do you guys do? Do you want to interact with any of these groups?
So what did you say the groups were doing, or who are they?
Just pretty much any class in the, like, most of the normal, character classes, the swords, things, the troubadours, most of, like, the elementalists. There's another Neithermancer. Couple of sky people.
Sometimes we're a little hard to spot because we don't always like to advertise.
Yes. Those are the ones you see really in the corner by themselves.
Just because some people are very sensitive about, the
dead.
Some people think when you hang out with the dead that you're horror touched for some reason.
Yeah, they're the ones who sit in the dark corner for a reason.
I'll go hang out with the goths for a couple minutes.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna.
It's the goth kids from South Park.
Wyland's going to take a few moments just to kind of absorb kind of the lay of the area and just kind of see what people are doing. And yeah, eventually he might sit down with a random group of people that is probably very unlike himself at some point. So,
okay. And
God's just gonna find the other people with big weapons and go chit chat with them.
Okay.
Weapon waving contest.
You end up basically among the warriors with Kazuya. I'm just as Wayland's wandering around, he noticed some animals in there, and I'm assuming he's gonna go ooh, and he ends up talking to some of the beastmasters that are there.
Ooh. You assume correctly. Yeah, I'll go talk to some beastmasters.
That's a cool class right there.
And as Grigori goes over, he sees like a couple of Neithermancers that are just kind of hanging out near each other but not talking, reading books that look older than, well, his town was. So
interesting.
We'll start with Kazuya.
Mm-hmm.
The interaction there. Do you say anything when you first joined or no?
I just kind of sit and listen. These are people that have been here way longer than me. I figured if they're talking amongst themselves, and it's prudent to listen rather than talk, because you're going to get your ass kicked if you try to interject.
More than likely, sir. More than likely. You hear them just kind of rattling off stories or about a weapon they lost in a fight. One guy swearing that he beat a basilisk, and everyone's like, yeah, fucking right, Greg. You didn't do anything. And it just keeps kind of going into that. And eventually at one point, one guy's talking about, like, yeah, he needs to go do his little ritual. And he decides, and you just hear, like, see him wander off, and you start hearing a beating of a, like, weapon on a shield as it goes on. All right?
All right.
Wayland, as you're amongst them, you interject yourself fairly normally because, well, you're a charismatic bastard. So you're sitting there talking. There's various people with various animals. And
so you, sir, that's a really interesting hairstyle you've given your wolf there. What prompted you to cut the hair that way on that beast? It almost is like he has a mane of sorts.
Poodle wolf.
We were fighting this one elementist who shot fire and kind of burned off the extra hair there.
Oh, I see. So this was more out of necessity than out of a desire. Then I take it.
Actually, no, he whimpers whenever I don't cut it that way now.
Oh, well, yes. Yes, I knew some. I had some friends who had pets, and they had similar problems sometimes. So the group of you are Beastmasters, yes.
Yep. You see one guy there with 2 ferrets too. So.
Oh, excellent.
Go for the eyes.
Let me test the Game Master's new app. So please tell me your names.
Right there.
Boop, boop.
There's a couple people there. There's one named Jopo. He's the one with the 2 ferrets.
Okay.
There's Kamis, who is the one with the wolf.
What was that Australian guy's name again? Crikey.
Great.
That guy's got to be a
I know you're going to
Beastmaster.
ask about them again. Orito, who has what looks to be a bear cub.
That app's
Ooh.
doing a good job. Those are good fantasy names.
Yep. Amelia, which, she's there with an eagle on her shoulder. And then finally, Caliber, who you can't really see he doesn't have a beast around him.
Great. That's the guy who's got the spider collection.
He's got about 20 spiders underneath his tunic right now.
Yeah. They're all just, yeah. That's why he always has this half smile on his face, because he's being tickled half the time. So tell me, Jopo. Well, actually, I guess for the lot of you. So the group of you, you belong to this guild, yes? And where exactly do you adventure to? Where do you go? Why is there one here, and why are there so many other adepts here?
Well, this is the local Ordo, the one with the bear cub. He's in there just looking through. Well, this is the area we can come to. It's kind of where we can gather resources, etc., etc. I mean, we adventure because, well, there's jobs we can do, and we want to get out. I mean,
Where do you mostly go to, though?
here and there. I mean, I had to go to the Bloodwoods not too long ago, and then I'm back here.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yep.
And who dispenses these jobs? How are they? How do you get hired for one?
The bulletin board over there.
Yeah, basically, Jopo there points to it. Like, yep, there's a bulletin board.
Oh, I see. Oh, the
like
bulletin
the one in
board.
Sanctuary.
Yes,
It's a very ornate board that you missed.
I see. The one with the name Craig above it, and all of the lists that are underneath it.
Yeah, that bastard actually carved his name into it. We haven't been able to get rid of that because that's really expensive wood.
Damn Craig. Gosh.
But as for who comes with these jobs, it's various people will need jobs done. And in this town, there's mages that will need it. There's sometimes the armorers that need us to do stuff. We can range from simple deliveries to guarding to wiping out small villages. We tend not to take those.
Oh, yes, that sounds rather brutal.
Well,
Those are the Sky Raider quests.
Interesting. All right. So you just merely make yourself. How does one become? I'm not afraid to admit I am new to Haven. So how does one sign up to become a member of this guild? Are there dues that you must pay?
well, the dues is you swear your loyalty. The fact you're here and not in the newbie area is actually kind of interesting. Someone told you about Fort Knox, didn't they?
Yes, and only 4 individual knocks, not 4 sets of knocks. They apparently hate when you do that.
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Oh, I see. As someone who deals in the art of communication, perhaps he should communicate better exactly what he means. It's like counting to 3 and then lifting. Is it 1, 2, 3 lift, or is it 1, 2 lift? Most people don't usually say exactly what they mean, and then everyone's back gets hurt, and that just causes problems for everybody. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
The guy
I'm sorry.
I'm
getting distracted
You can't
with
see just
myself.
goes, exactly. I mean, that's the issue I had with my last partner, and that's why he's not around anymore.
See, there you go. See, and with proper communication, he probably would still be here right now. Well, you've been extremely helpful. I noticed. I'm sorry, Keladu. Is that what you're?
Albert.
Calber, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I noticed you don't have an animal companion like the rest of them do. Those are adorable ferrets, by the way. Why? Why don't you? Where is yours?
He's in there. Oh, he's right here, and he pulls out from underneath this thing called a quirrell. Looks part mole and part serpent with a bird-like beak.
Adorable.
It's about as long as his forearm. It's got a large spiky tail.
Yes. That looks dangerous.
Somebody's actually been reading the monster entries.
It's actually kind of disgusting looking when you sit there and stare at it. And you sit there. Well, the other guys, they don't like it as much, and it upsets the dog over there, so just chills inside here.
Understandable. It's very kind of you. Very courteous. That's good. One final question. And it was one of my companions who brought this up. Do they have the ability for adventurers and adepts like ourselves to lodge here for a day or two until we can, come up with a better place to stay? Or is it just strictly a meeting and hiring hall?
So there, there's the barracks here. A lot of people tend not to stay because, well, you're sharing a large room with everybody. But first you have to be a member, so you should probably talk to one of the people upstairs.
Yes, excellent. All right, that's good to know. Anyone in particular, or?
They'll find you.
Yeah, that's ominous. Excellent. Well, you all have been very gracious and certainly most helpful. What kind of races are we talking here for these other Beastmasters?
You see an elf, a human, like a couple of dwarves in there, various, because I can't remember all the freaking races in this right now.
That's right.
Yeah, there's 8 of them, so it's trickier to remember all of them.
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah, no, though that's good. I will just kind of give them all a big group smile, and I'll say something in Sprathiel to the elves, and as a farewell, and make my way. I'm going to go try and find Grigori.
All right, right before you walk off, the person, Orterio with the bear, kind of makes a noise, and the bear cub kind of waves its little arm.
Oh, now that's just adorable.
Okay.
For that, I'm going to produce one of the pieces of the salted pork that we got on the out of Haven, and I'm going to give it to the bear because that's just too cute.
All right, it eats it. It falls to its butt and just starts gnawing on it.
Thanks.
All right, so Grigori is now standing amongst 3 of people just sitting there, not really talking. Does he make any noise, say anything to them?
I'll approach. Are they doing anything or just sitting quietly?
They're sitting quietly reading.
Okay. I'll take out my my own. I'll take my grimoire to my backpack and hold it in my hands so that I'm sort of showing that I am also one of those who study as well, and approach them with it sort of under my hand and be like, excuse me, are any available to train in this area?
Trainers out here? You need to go to one of the bigger towns for that.
I see that, and none of the previous possibly expired trainers are still lingering in the area at all.
Well, there's a few, but they're ornery bastards, and usually they want to talk to locals.
Yeah. The dead do tend to be on the touchy side.
I'm surprised Grigori dropped his accent.
Does not always remember. I am bad at doing accent anyway.
You are offending many a race of people, or group of people. Anyways.
Why only offend one?
So yes, there's one sitting there. He kind of looks at you and says, The closest trainer would probably be in Barter Town. That's like a week or two trip there.
I see. This is okay. Grigori's not quite ready yet anyway. Just wanted to know.
All right.
Thank
Mostly
you.
go back to their books.
All right, I'll leave him alone.
Okay. So has Kazuya stood there and just listening to the revelry and just chatting the whole time, or does he walk away?
He's been listening. I mean, I know the other two are gonna figure out who we need to talk to. So he's just basically like enjoying himself while they do the work. It's like, damn, you killed a what?
One of them
With
turns.
them what?
One of them turns to you. So what about you? Have you done anything of great deeds yet?
Well, I chopped down a tree, fell on what's the thing called that we killed?
Well, our characters probably wouldn't really know, but it's called a Jehuthra.
Oh, okay. Well, I chopped down a tree, killed a giant spider with it, and then burned it alive, or burned it mostly alive, partially
Very spiky
alive.
fucker.
You're talking about one of these, and he kind of does it like a very crude drawing.
Yeah, that thing. I had its leg for a while.
Oh yeah, I took some of its feet and made it into gloves.
Same. Mine's going on my armor, which is why I don't have it on me right now.
Hey, and he starts doing like the fake punches to you, like he
Is
sees
he
you
the
as a
right
buddy.
guild?
And you're just sitting there, is like, all right, well, tell us a tale. And I'm assuming you just kind of
Yeah,
flare
I
it
just
up a little bit.
Yeah, he didn't trap us. I just saw the tree and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I lured over there, cut the thing down.
From your time with it, your two companions that you walked in were trapped, and you
Yeah,
saved
yeah.
them.
That's half true. That's close enough.
That's at least 3/4 true.
That's right.
You're learning a bit of the
Actually.
bullshit from Wayland.
Good
Yeah.
man.
Okay. So yeah, I'm guessing what happens after you're done all y'all are done talking. Besides Kazuya, who's still sitting there and
Well, these guys are obviously talking to their respective people longer than I was, because I respect their desire for silence and whatnot. So as they're finishing talking up, I'm probably already found some place to sit down. I've taken out a little toolkit from my backpack and one of the daggers I bought for my bandolier, and I've got it on the table in front of me next to my open book, and I'm just slowly and carefully carving some runes into the blade of one of the daggers.
okay. Can again remind me? You can actively see ghosts and spirits, right? You don't have to do a special thing to see them.
I wouldn't say see, but sense.
Sense.
Like I would probably have to use astral sight or something like that
Okay.
to look at them, but
You
I
got to
can sort
feel
of
like
like
if
Spidey
somebody's-
sense them.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Normally, I would have to make a perception check, except for situations where the GM just wants to throw in some RP flavor with
yeah,
it.
yeah. As you start
Like now.
sitting there carving, you get the sense that somebody's kind of staring over your shoulder.
All right, and if this person happens to be the spirit of a dead Neithermancer, they will recognize the runes that I'm carving. I'm basically inscribing one of my spells onto this dagger blade.
All right.
Probably Bone Dance is this one.
Kind of hear a faint voice of, "You're screwing that up."
Burn.
I'd take slow and careful. It would be fine.
Your handwriting is atrocious.
Grigori can read it. Is all that needs to read it.
Right. And it's just like little things like that you hear while doing this. Occasionally he does help you. He's like, all right, go a little bit to the left there. There, that should make that actually work.
Is good. And just for reference, what I'm actually doing is transcribing my grimoire onto my bandolier of knives.
Okay.
This bandolier is going to become my new spell grimoire. I assume I could probably fit 3 or 4 spells on each knife or something.
If they're
I don't
small
know.
enough, then sure, but just take your time.
Because it's not like I have to do like a whole page or anything. Like,
Yeah. All right. Well,
because a lot of people will do things along those lines. Like other nether dimensions might carve them into like bones or something like that, but I don't want to be that morbid about it.
You
But
sure?
what I'm trying to do is I
mean-
want to have my grimoire basically subtle and hidden.
Okay.
So like people will see me wearing a bandolier of knives, they're not going to think, oh, that's his spell book, you know?
Yes. But are you sure you don't want to be as morbid? Because considering one of your companions is now going to be wearing a fallen enemy on himself.
I mean, maybe that will be the second edition of the book.
All right. But
When I run out of knives, I might have to start using bones.
all right. So you're about halfway through the first spell. You're carving into there when Wayland finishes. Because I'm assuming
Probably,
these
yeah.
take some time to carve in.
Yeah, probably. I'm in
Right.
no hurry anyways. I just want to have a
Right.
new grimoire that's not just a book.
All right.
Because
So
that's so cliche. I mean,
yeah, as you finish and you give the bear cub some food, you see your friends in there and carving things in. You see Kazia sitting there and reveling with the warriors, and a few of the sword masters who are like, "Wait, what?"
What are they confused about exactly?
Just like that, someone like him, fell to Jatura or just
Oh, they're
spiteful
just
bastard. Yeah.
surprised and shocked by his deeds, yes.
Yes, because it's someone without a name to themselves and without an air of
Yeah.
adventure. Yeah.
Goddamn noobs.
He masters his sword in a different way.
Yeah. A bad way. So far. Until we
So,
get awesome later.
You guys can choose what you do if.
Grigori, there you are. I was looking for you. I've learned some things about the guild here. A number of things. One, to your point and your question that you brought up about lodging, there is a barracks where we can stay. Granted, it's no extravagant accommodations of sorts, but it's a place to stay. I don't know the cost, but we could find that out probably easy enough. And then we do need to become a member, though, to be able to stay. So they have to do that first. And that apparently is taken care of upstairs, my good man. So we would need to go up there and do that.
Yeah.
And
makes
theoretically, the whole four knocking thing that you did got us into this area, which I found out we probably shouldn't be in, to be honest with you.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm beginning to think that this is for perhaps more experienced adepts and adventurers, whereas new entries and new members of the guild would be at the proverbial kids' table, I guess, for a little while. So
It's fair.
where that section is, I don't know. But perhaps we should find our Discrang friend and bring him upstairs and get ourselves registered.
Oh, you know where he is. He's right next to all the revelry and the jocks of the room. Essentially.
And right about at that point, Grigori turns to talk over his shoulder again and is like, yes, I know it cannot be read. This is point. He was just talking to the wall behind him.
Yes, I see. So we probably should find you someplace to lay down soon.
What? I feel fine. It's ready to go.
Maybe the crickets from a couple days ago are having a delayed effect upon you.
Fun hearing
You
that.
humans,
Ghost goes.
you humans only
you
have
ate
one
crickets?
stomach.
Why would you ever eat crickets?
I don't know what he's talking about.
The crickets, man.
Meanwhile, the other Nethermancers sitting near me are probably sort of smirking to themselves like, silly mundanes, they can't see the spirits.
No, one of them you just see kind of have a relief on his shoulder, like, oh, thank God he stopped talking about my damn handwriting.
He's latched onto the newbie now. Good. It's not my problem anymore.
Yep. All right. So it's your call on what you guys do. Sit there and talk some more.
Yeah,
or-
let's
I'll
I think-
notice.
let's go register, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have noticed they wandered away from their people and get up and join them.
All right. So you head upstairs and you see several rooms just on either side of the hallway. And then there is one large desk you see at the very end of the hallway.
Does it have an extra large person sitting at it?
Well, it's got a very big chair. So it's your call on like where you want to go in here.
I guess this is the troll desk.
This must be the place.
All right. So I'm guessing you guys walk up and start going to excuse me or some shit.
Yep. Just walk up to it and start looking around for whoever's supposed to be there.
Ring for service. Ding, 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 ding.
And it spins around, and it is a crap. What is it?
Dr. Claw.
It is a windling in the
Gadget.
chair. Actually,
What's that?
it's a windling in the large chair.
It spins around. It's empty. And you look down.
Yep, and he's just there. You guys are new.
What? Wyland is just going to basically take about 30 seconds and just kind of stare at the misproportion of it all, and not like in a disgusted way, but it's going to start with more of a shock that will slowly turn into like a blank expression that eventually turns into like a large smile as he appreciates the humor of what he's looking at.
Why do I have the feeling that Desperado watched Zootopia recently?
No, I haven't seen that since it was in theaters.
This feels like a Mr. Big situation.
Oh God! If someone would stop guessing the freaking races that were supposed to be there. All right.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Yes. All right. So it turns around. It's pretty much one of those. I'm down here. You guys are new. Why aren't you in the newbie area?
We knocked 4 times, my good windling man.
Ah,
Man?
yeah, it's a man. Ah, someone told you about that day.
Perhaps. Or perhaps we're just that good. That's how I like to look at things.
Sure, believe that.
I do. It has kept me alive to this day, so yes.
All right. So where are you three from?
Does that matter?
Well, if I'm assuming you're here, you want to become this, and we kind of need to know where you come from to know the validity of if you are possessed, marked, anything by the horrors.
We come from Hole in Ground down the road.
Yes, we are freshly cracked eggs from our care, you could say. Aramore is the name of our
Doesn't get any more newbie than us.
exactly.
So
Yes.
there's
I believe the space behind my pointed ears is still quite wet.
yes. We just had a caravan come back from there. Okay.
Hmm.
Very well. So I'm assuming you
Strange
three
bunch.
want to join. Yes.
We've heard good things about it, yes, right? Yes. Kaja? Grigori? Yes, good things? Yes,
Plenty
good
of
things.
Good things.
There you go.
Very well. What are your specialties? We'll start with you in the heavy armor. Grigori.
Yeah. Well, I looked down at my hide and said, well, I don't know if I'd call it heavy armor, but I know at least got the biggest shield anyway. I am, as you call, magician. It's just study of horrors and such. So I can fight against them better.
He looks you up and down. Really? I figured you'd be some sort of warrior. Okay.
This, thank you. This means my disguise is working. Excellent.
He sits there. All right. Your specialty, you go down the hall to the left, third door on the right.
How many times did I knock?
Oh, you just open and go in.
I see. I'll wander off.
All right. You. Elf. I don't know what you are.
Ah, yes. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wyland, the
now I know
Wanderer.
what you are.
Troubadour. Yes. Okay.
And he'll kind of like feel a little crestfallen being cut off, but he'll just stand there. He'll shut his mouth.
Yes.
Look at it as a compliment. You are such a good troubadour that it radiates from you.
First door on the
Shimmer.
right.
Ah, first door. Yes, of course we are.
The brightly colored one.
Then you're kind of staring eye to eye to Kazia, because I'm assuming you're not that tall, right, Kazia?
How tall did I say this?
He took one look at you and accidentally sends you to the Sky Raider room.
I think it said they go between. I like 5'11".
Okay. So, oh, wow. Really?
It said they went from like 5 foot to 6'2", so I was like,
okay.
that's a little on the taller side.
I don't know why I was
I
thinking.
think the average slightly shorter than humans. Yeah.
All right. But anyway, so he's sitting there looking at you like, assuming from the sword, fighter of some sort. So, yes? No?
Can
wait,
you talk?
Oy vey. Yes. I've had a long day. I apologize.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, pretty sure you can tell which door it is. It's the one with the freaking axe still in it.
Fun. I just head over there and go through.
All right.
They used that to replace the handle when it fell off.